Welcome to the Die As Cast podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome to the first session of the first season of Die As Cast. My name is Griffin Cork. I'm the DM, and I'm going to be leading these intrepid explorer player characters through the Midgard world.
Yeah, always good. The IEPC.
All right, we'll quickly start with a quick reintroduction. Hopefully you've sat down and listened to the session zero. If you haven't, please go back, listen to the session zero. It took us a long time to record and about 4 days.
Oh, no. It's very funny. It's very quippy. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's very funny.
So funny.
Go back and listen to the session zero.
Kevin's holding a gun to his webcam.
You ingrates.
I don't know what he expects us to do.
Why are you jumping in? Don't jump in right now. Go back to the session zero. You don't have any background. You want to hear the nuance, the layer, the depth, the pathos,
The mythos.
the mythos.
I just thought it was cool.
You get to hear me hear that Diego kissed a frog for the very first time. My true and honest
I
reaction.
just want to clarify. I didn't kiss a frog. My character.
Yeah, it was kind of outside
got
of the
kissed
game. It
as
was
a
crazy.
frog.
Yeah, that's actually a very good distinction.
No, I got kissed. I was the frog.
I was
They
the frog.
kissed me.
Yeah.
No.
Let's start with our introductions. Let's start with our Care Bear of Terror, our amazing Panda King, Gideon Sweets.
Hey y'all, my name's Gideon Sweets. I am a rogue swashbuckler. Some people also might call me a pirate. I am happy to be here.
And we also
Oh, sorry. Played by Griffin Cork.
we also have the Goth Queen of the Care Bears. I said Care Bears.
Care Bear every time.
We're all Care
Could be
Bears.
kind of. Yeah. Okay.
It's Care Bear campaign.
Okay. Pretend I didn't say Care Bears. We have the Goth Queen of the. No, actually, let me start over.
You really want to say Care Bear.
I do.
Say the
I
Care
just
Bears.
said it again. But let's find something different. I'm trying to illustrate sweet and goth. We have a girl who has a goth exterior, but a heart of gold,
Like a Tootsie Pop.
like a Tootsie Pop.
I am Maeve Maldorava. I am happy to be here as well. This is my very charismatic introduction.
By the next episode, it'll be slick.
Oh, it will be so slick.
And finally, we have our rampaging celery of power. Our
Care Bears.
Care Bears.
the king of the woods. Xisk, what's your full name? Give us your full name.
It's just Xisk, but I am of the pinion, so you can call me Xisk of the pinion if you like.
And pinions in this world are a heretic breed of...
Pineys.
Right.
That's actually a question I didn't ask in the session zero. Are you like a tree with legs, or are you like a person with barky skin?
I'm more like a person with barky skin.
I'm apologize if that was offensive. I appreciate it.
How dare you?
Come on, Gideon, read the room.
Not like Maeve called me a bench last episode.
I say you are my bench friend. It is a compliment.
Yes, I take it. I take it as one. So thank you.
It's only
Yes,
her
you are
wood. It's her
welcome.
only wood reference. In the world, pineys start off very tree-like, and it's only once they leave the woods that they start to develop more human characteristics. So it could be that we'll see we'll see Xisk get more human and less wooden.
I want to be a real boy.
Oh, that's a good.
Aye. That's a lot.
No.
So
Perhaps I do.
Oh,
Pinocchio.
And we're sued.
I should also say Maeve is played by me, Madeline Hunter Smith, just in case Griffin wants to put that where it should go.
I'm going to keep it where it is. I want everyone to know that you forgot.
Okay, that's fine.
I also didn't forget. My Xisk is played by Diego Stredel. I didn't forget.
That's okay. All this proves is that Griffin's narcissistic and needs to make sure that his name is heard and no one else.
And my name is Griffin Cork. I'm the DM, and I'm going to be playing all the other characters in the background. I'm playing all the extras in this 3-character drama. All right, so let us begin. There is a light wind blowing across the ruined plains. Far off to the south, you see the glisten and sludge-like feeling of a winding, choked river. Up this river comes a tiny, yet majestic ship known as the Giant Autumn. As we zoom in on the ship, you see perched in the bow, holding a pose very Titanic-like, and humming a majestic song to himself, the young bear folk by the name of Gideon Sweets.
Santillana lost a day away, Santillana, and away we go along the plains of Midgard coast.
That's pretty good. So you guys,
It's from TikTok.
no. I think if there's bear pirate songs to be sung, I think of the 3 of you, you're the one to sing them. But
That's true.
yeah, but we'll have to hear how the other 2 sound. If they sound better than
I
you, then you don't
wasn't
get to
going
do
to say
them.
anything, but then you said I was humming a tune, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, I think you would have like a bear squid jigging type song. So the ship is rolling into the town, really more of it's a grand palace, but it's by itself. It is called the Seat of Mavros. So the Seat of Mavros is the most holiest of places for the god Mavros. Mavros is the god of war, god of soldiers, fighting, and every year throughout all of Midgard, there is the Mustering. So in each city and town, fighters of various types, of all types, compete to see who will be their local chosen of Mavros, and then they all make their way to where the Seat of Mavros is to compete. For Gideon, you are there because your ship has been chosen to send the Pirate Queen. She has been chosen from your city. She is going to compete to hopefully become the chosen of Mavros. You spent some time sailing up from your town. Remind us of your town.
My town is called the Gosta Cliffs.
Right. So the Gosta Cliffs is a seaport town. It's on the southern edge of the Western Waste. It's on the ocean. It's basically a conventional town. The Pirate Queen, her name is Faye Bladewalker.
If there anyone going to do good at the mustering, you know it's got to be Faye.
And Faye is a halfling. And she is a senior level swashbuckler. You've seen her fight. She is phenomenal. This is her first time actually getting involved in the mustering. And she easily won at the cliffs. So she has asked you, one of her ships, to take her up the river. The Giant Autumn has been chosen because this river is it's not a great river.
Yeah, there ain't a lot of water left, but yeah, we kind of rules whatever sea's left. Y'all.
Yeah.
Like that.
The captain is very familiar with the river, with the twists and turns, so he has spent a lot of time sorting a lot of that kind of stuff out. The river itself is called the Milano. So you've spent time going up this river. It's really swampy. There's lots of marsh. There's lots of shallow areas. So really, yours was the only ship to be able to head it up here. However, your Captain Pottings, has made the run several times. There's several cities, several ruins that you could go past. The most significant of one is the Mercurial Tower. That's visible from the river. It's a ways from the river, but you can see the ancient towers.
We're gonna stop there one day.
Yep.
Heard there's great soup.
There is great soup made at the base of the
Good soup
towers.
there. And in saying that, I've established canon.
The
Soup tower.
The soup tower, as it is known amongst the smugglers and sailors, are left over for one of the ancient magicratic cities that ruled this land 400 years ago. So in addition to ruins and crypts and dungeons and things. There is a strange collection of animals, all of which are caught and cut up and put into the Mercurial Tower's soup.
I heard they call the soup a gamble. They don't give it a name. It's just called the gamble.
There you go.
They're never smiling when they give it to you either.
Yeah, they kind of wink, but you also see them cry.
I think what they would do is they would all gather around to watch the reaction.
It's kind of like a bad birthday celebration out of milestones.
The chef, she's a Nolish woman in her senior years.
I have a feeling we're not going to get to the Mercurial Tower for another 45 sessions. We're going to forget all of this.
Yeah, no, we're not forgetting it. I'm actually writing down soup cannon right now.
Love it.
So
I'm glad this happened.
So anyway, you just sail right past that. But you know the rich history.
Boo.
And so you get to port, if you can call it that, of the Seat of Mavros. It's really just two temporary docks that have sort of been pushed out into the water. The river widens up and you see a variety of small craft. There is a huge temple. Basically, this is the temple for Mavros. So, I mean, obviously every big city has a temple, or at least a lot of the big cities have temples to Mavros. This is a monster fighting pit. It's a big arena. So the temple itself is a celebration of fighting and fighting skills. So what will happen here is over the next 7 days, there are impromptu fighting pits that have been created around it. But the final 8 will fight in the seat itself. The seat itself seats about 40,000. There's no admission unless you are a fighter or someone that has competed. So it is a huge celebration. All around the temple itself has sprung up this massive tent city that exists in grand form over this next week. So there are people, there's travelers, there's entertainment.
It's like Burning Man.
It's like Burning Man, where they actually burn men.
Oh no.
Is Faye Bladewater on the ship with me right now?
She is, yep.
Well, so first I'll say, we are coming into port. And then I want to go talk to her.
You bet.
Here's what I don't know. Do I know how to address her? Do I say Your Majesty? She's the pirate queen, right?
Yeah, she is the pirate queen, but she's pretty casual. You would be
okay. Very cool. She's actually really chill.
You are one of 10 ships she has in her fleet. You're the only one that works the river, so you wouldn't have met her before. And she would have. She probably has 3 or 4 consorts hanging out around her. There's a variety of races. There's people with, parrots and people with peg legs. And Now, your crew are all those of smaller stature. So at 4-3, you're actually the biggest crew member.
That's right. It's not like she didn't notice me on this ship. I'm the biggest guy on the deck. Excuse me, Commander Bladewater, if I may.
Why? Okay. Well, since I picked it, why, yes, come sit beside me.
Faye, I love the cut of your jib.
Well, we both hail from the same area.
That's true. I do. Yeah, right. It makes dialectic sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to intrude your consort meeting. Gideon Sweets, a pleasure to meet you. I am one of the shipmen on the... I don't want to say seamen, but shipmen on this ship. Some have called me a cabin boy. I'm kind of new to the crew. I'm rambling. I just wanted to ask if you were nervous about the mustering.
Well, I have to tell you, Gideon, I do have to make my peace with my God before I head here. Either way, I am leaving the pirating life, the smuggler's life behind. Because either I will live and I will be the ruler of the Seat of Mavros.
You'd be great for that, yeah.
Thank you. Or I shall be killed and swept up into Mavros' bosom.
I don't think I knew that these were to the death. You seem to spare the ones in the cliffs. Are these final fights, they're pretty more serious then?
For the lesser fights, as you work your way up the ladder, yes, most of them survive, because it's just basically until someone falls down. There's no calling for surrender, of course. Anyone who surrenders is killed instantly. Of course they would be.
Of course. We all know Mavros lore.
Well,
Gideon Sweats.
If you're a follower of Mavros, you do not surrender. That's bad form. it's sacrilege, really. It's going against your own beliefs. So there's very few surrenders, but lots of people are knocked out. It's only the final 8 that happen in the arena that are to the death. I suppose I could end up getting knocked out, but I hope I don't shame myself that way. I hope to either live or die by Mavros' grace.
Right. Absolutely. I bow.
But I appreciate you coming to visit. Hopefully you get to see me fight in one of the side pits, not in the main pit, of course, because...
Wait, we can't watch you if you get into the top 8?
No, well, there's one way you can watch, but that... I don't know if that's something you want to do. One of the ways that you can watch is you become one of the foe fighters.
What's a foe fighter?
Well, all the town gods are invited because they themselves are very holy. So what the town does, or what the tent city does as it's sprung up around the seat, is they draft deputies whose job it is to beat up robbers and stop crime. So all the non-fighter types are invited to become a deputy, and anyone who chooses to be a deputy gets to sit in the special deputy section, the foe fighter section, and gets a chance to see the final 8. So it's a very popular role, and I would suggest that this is the best way for you to see some of the best fighters in the world. So if you get a chance, and if you can buckle down and set aside your pirate and smuggler ways and actually work as a deputy, then you'll get in a chance to sit in on the event.
Well, I would hate to miss your matches, and yeah, while beating up robbers kind of goes against every professional code that I have, it may be worth it to dip in on the events.
It's celebrating Mavros by hitting somebody.
Right, and then I could just quit after, right?
Yeah, they don't want you around. They have the town guard there to keep the peace.
Outstanding. I'll collect severance pay and be on my way.
But remember, this is the Seat of Mavros, so there's going to be lots of fights that the town guards won't step in on, because if you're not here and able to fight, then what are you doing here?
That's right.
Now,
I'm a boatswain. What I've just figured out now is my position on the boat. I'm the boatswain.
Well, I can tell you on behalf of the captain that we're glad you finally figured out what it is you're supposed to be doing on the ship, because you've been on it for about 6 months, and honestly, he was wondering why you kept wandering around and picking up random pieces of rope and tossing things overboard.
Yeah, just lounging, trying to,
Right. Cruise director.
Yeah, kind of. I consider myself an events manager. Anyway, gotta go tie off the boat. Bye.
Yeah. It's not called tied off the...
Gotta make sure the rope gets on the dock. All right, Pirate Town.
Okay, let's just quickly stop here. Griffin, give me your top 4 nautical sayings, just to sort of get a sense of your nautical experience.
Absolutely, no problem. Shiver me timbers.
Yeah, okay, good, yeah.
You'll be... Oh, wait, I was going to say you'll be sleeping with the fishes, but that's a mafia thing.
That's kind of a... Although that's kind of a
You'll
pirate
be sleeping
thing.
with the fishes.
Yeah.
Davy Jones' locker.
Good,
and,
yeah.
Port and starboard.
Excellent. And do you know which side is port and which side is starboard?
Absolutely, I do. Now, moving on to the next character.
As Griffin's character.
Come on.
Oh yeah, Gideon. As Gideon rolls up the boat to the deck and ties some rope to something else.
I do a really bad knot. No one's taught me knots yet.
Oh.
We flash over to Maeve. Now, Maeve, there was somebody when you left. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your half-elf acquaintance from your past.
Yes, before I left my father, his keep, there was a young man. Well, I assume he was young. There's no way to tell with elves. He was being kept in the dungeon. I do not know for what purpose, but we became fast friends, and I may or may not have helped him escape the keep, but he fled, and I do miss him dearly, so I am here to find him, I suppose. He's
right.
A fighter. I figured he would be here.
And you have seen past musterings happen in your court when you're with your father. The vampire ones tend to be a little more brutal in terms of what happens to the losers and things.
Yes.
So you know of the mustering, and you would know about this big event.
Yes.
And I think it's reasonable that, given that, in fact, you knew he was a fighter, and that there will be thousands of people here, that you would come here looking for him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you were wandering in, as you come across what is known as the Bone Road. So this is one of the main overland roads that gets you into the Seat of Mavros. It is actually also used by a lot of Mavros pilgrims as a way to prove their loyalty or their devotion by spending time on this road, coming from wherever they're coming from. So you're basically going overland. You're coming from the northeast, but eventually you will come across this road. You'll actually probably hear it before you actually see it as you get into the wasteland itself. You will see just a long procession. They are all moving at a various pace. Every mile or so, there is a guard. They're just standing, watching the people go by. When strange animals or monsters or things swoop in to attack one of the pilgrims, they don't intervene.
Right.
They seem to be watchers.
I am marching with everyone, or I am just coming in?
You're just coming in, and you decide to follow along with them. You were attracted to the name, the Bone Road.
Yes, I like bones. I make my earrings out of bones.
Yeah, so it had sort of a nostalgic sounding name. Something it reminded you of, the comforts of home.
Ah, I love this stench. It's very nice, actually. The sun, it kind of like bakes it in a way. It's nice. It's fragrant.
Yeah.
I come down, I tighten my little robe, and I come down and I fall into rank with everyone who is marching.
All right, just roll me a 20-sider, please.
First roll for me!
Oh, yes.
Ay. It is a natural one.
No way.
I'm not fucking joking.
Right.
Did she get?
There we go.
I know it doesn't actually count, but was it an ability check? Does she get to add anything?
No, she doesn't get to add anything. So as you sort of
no.
come out of the Widowlands onto the road, you just trip and you just sprawl face down.
Ouch. Aye.
And well, it turns out that most of the road looks like it's just skulls, right?
Can I pick up a little piece of skull while I am on the ground?
Yeah, absolutely.
The skull that you chipped with your face.
So as you sort of sprawl there, slowly picking yourself up, and then get distracted by picking up these pieces of bone and things from the bone road, from the skulls.
It will make a good necklace.
You see this massive hand come down in front of you and say, "Well, gosh there, miss, you need a hand up?"
I guess, and I take his hand. He's like very big. I grab like two of his fingers because his hand is very big.
And he sort of lifts you bodily off the ground, and you see it's this monster minotaur. And he's got these big brown eyes and this massive chest and this massive axe. And he goes, "Well, you're sure a brave person to come out here amongst all these other fellers.
Yes, I know.
We're heading off to the Seat of Mavros. I am the chosen of Mavros from my town of Kalebale."
You are
Yes.
the chosen of Mavros. Okay.
No, there's a lot of chosen of Mavros all along this road, because most of us have fought already. Did you fight? Are you a Mavros chosen?
I am here to, I guess, see what it is all about, yes. And maybe test my worth. I don't know. I don't really know what I am doing. I am just trying to get to where you are going. If you must know, not that it's any of your business.
Oh no, I'm happy just to walk. I was just giving you help up. You're free to walk with me, or you're free to just plumb ignore me. I'm just gonna walk now. Pardon me. And you can see he's kind of like Minotaur blushing.
What is your name?
My name is Keenheart.
Oh, I am Maeve, and I stick out my hand.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Maeve. Pleased to meet you. Maeve.
Yes, you don't need to say it
Maeve.
over and over.
No, I've just never heard a name like Maeve before. It kind of rolls off the tongue.
So do
Maeve.
you want a walking buddy or...
Oh, sure do. I sure do. All these other fellas here get annoyed by my cowbell that rings every time I step. But I'm happy to walk along with you. I can sing you a song because in addition to me being a terrible fighter, I'm also a terrible singer.
Oh, I am so looking forward to our time together, Keenheart. Let's go, I guess. I start walking away.
Oh. And he comes.
His cowbell.
Yeah, comes up beside you.
Oh.
And so he walks along with you for the next. Actually, it probably only takes you the half a day. So he has told you several stories. He talks about his farm. He talks about the work he's done, and he gets into all the minutia. And the next day, when I had breakfast, I only had about 4 scoops of oat for that breakfast. And then the following day, oh wait, I forgot about lunch.
Oh, we cannot forget about lunch. You are so right, Keenheart. Oh my god. Maybe it is a next challenge, is Chosen of Mavros. Maybe we have to be very quiet, to test our stealth and sneaky, right?
All right, I'll get you to roll me a persuasion there.
Ooh, 22.
Whoa, huge gambit from that 1 to 22.
Yeah.
He goes, you're probably right. My grandfather always told me to be stoic. And that's what I should intend to do, is I will be stoic until we reach the Seat of Mavros. So,
right.
I'm going to keep absolutely quiet.
Oh, you should probably give me your bell as well. It's going to give you away, no problem.
You're right. I've always had such trouble sneaking up on people.
Yes.
And I don't know why. All right, though. So from this point on, I am only going to be quiet. I am so silent you won't be able to tell if I'm here or not. I will be so quiet you won't know that I'm here. You're going to wonder if I had died and I'm walking along. I'm sorry I said died and walking along. I am not meaning any disrespect to you or your former life.
My former what? What is this?
Yeah.
What do you don't know anything about me, Keenheart. Give me your bell.
All right. So he gives you his cowbell. Goes, my uncle gave me that cowbell.
I will give it back to you when we get there. But for now, we are sneaky. Very sneaky quiet, right?
Yes. All right. So you guys walk, you will walk into the Seat of Mavros and you'll see this majestic Colosseum rising up. And it is ringed, like I said, with tents that sort of spread out from it. There is this road that's obviously kept clear, but otherwise you start to see tents appear and music and laughter and bells, and you hear fighting and the ringing of blacksmiths as everything's being built.
This is exciting a little bit.
And you can feel everyone around you actually get more excited, and there's more talking. And you see Keenheart, like, practically blue in the face, trying so hard to keep quiet. And he's pointing at stuff, like frantically pointing at things, but he's not saying anything.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to give Keenheart his bell back now. Okay, silent game is over. You did it. You did it. Here is your bell.
My God. He goes, hopefully I'll get a chance to kill you in the arena. And he shakes your hand.
Oh, you are... Oh, okay.
And he gallops off, clopping. Jeez. Oh, my God.
I stand there, and I tighten my robe a little more, and I keep going. I'm wearing, like black leather armor. I have a little cape. It's a
nice
full-length red cape, totally. I have mesh fingerless gloves, a ton of ear piercings, And my armor, I've like purposely distressed and ripped myself.
So it's less effective.
Yeah.
And combat boots.
And like heavy eye makeup and the whole sort of goth
Yes,
thing. Right.
totally heavy eye makeup. I also have like a ruffle, like a ruffled collar. Just very vampy looking.
Right. Cool. and pale skin, and what color's your hair?
Black. It's in a couple space buns on top of my head. I did them like I do them every single day, even though I've been on the road for 3 weeks. It's very important.
All right, let's flash over to Xisk. So Xisk, you knew that one of the next stops for Isabella's merchant caravan was to head into the Seat of Mavros during the time of the mustering. Now, you didn't know anything about the mustering. She would have explained a little bit about it to you. The merchant caravan is heading there not only to try and sell some stuff, but to pick up things, because it's one of the few times where actual blacksmiths and things are working. Otherwise, they retreat, they leave and head back to their native lands. So you don't know anything about that. She did advise you to come down there because there was so many different people. There was definitely scholars. There would be lectures happening on fighting techniques.
Yes.
So there would be the opportunity to learn so many things. And I think after your time as a toad and the visitation you would have had from your god's representative, I think the desire for knowledge, any knowledge, meeting people, doing those things would be overwhelming.
I have thirst for exploring at the moment.
Right.
Any new thing I can get my hands on.
Your time
Right.
as a toad sounds like a career change. What is your time as a toad?
It changed my perspective on the world.
I think it sounds like a special.
It's a different episode.
Yeah, episode 50 is just one shot with just Kevin and Diego.
Yeah. No, you guys would be there. You just would be you would be other toads that.
Other toads.
We'll just be all the we're all the sound effects.
Yeah, that's right.
Ribbit.
So you're coming into the Seat of Mavros from the north, the Rotgard Forest, and you would see way off in the distance, without being able to see any detail, the Othol Vang Sluggish.
Othol Vang Sluggish.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, we all know what that is.
I assume I would have been able to say goodbye to my mom and dad and my siblings.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm feeling a little nervous because I've never been too far away from the Rotgard Forest.
Right. And as you walk further south, the trees start to disappear. It turns rocky. It's sort of, you see more bush, more scrub. And then even that starts to get, it gets drier. There's, fewer and fewer actual plants. How do you feel about the sun?
I love the sun.
All right.
The sun is the only thing that keeps me alive, mostly. The sun and the rain.
Ah, okay. So we never established that. Do you eat, or are you strictly like solar
powered,
wind powered?
If it's all the same to you, I really like the sun, and I don't eat other things. I can. I have organs and things that can potentially do things to the food, but I rather just have sun.
Cool. So you wouldn't, do you eat plants then? Are you vegetarian, or is that cannibalism?
I think there are plants whose sole purpose is to provide certain food for other pinies
It's
and
like
animals.
a hunter going to get only what he needs to eat from the forest.
Correct. Yes.
So you probably have to apologize to the carrot.
I have to talk to it very gently and say, thank you, Mr. Plant or Mrs. Plant, for providing nutrition for me for the day.
So let's say you find this succulent baby carrot, wild carrot. What would Xisk say to the carrot?
Xisk would approach it and make sure that there are no other animals or other pinies who are in more need of the carrot itself.
Right?
And then lay down just a hand and say, hello,
No.
Hello.
I'm here to ask for your nutrition, if you will.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you sure? It's really not much.
Can you speak with plants? Is that a Xisk thing? Is that an actual thing?
I
I mean,
think
we have to
eventually-
say yes, right? I didn't want this scene to ever end.
I love how the carrot's just fine with it. That's the best
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. Also, that opens up the door to carrot folk, and I'm super here. For that.
Yeah.
Are you sure? It's. I mean,
Yes.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
yeah. No, it's good. Sometimes
grab it.
my uncle had to wait a long time before he was eaten, so I'm glad.
Oh, you want to be eaten?
Yes. Well, of course. That's what carrots are for.
Fantastic.
What else can I? What else? I mean, I put down roots. I've sprouted.
Yeah.
I've talked to my other carrots. They all sound exactly the same. So it's not much fun. So I'm happy to take the next step of my evolution.
I can take you places if you want to see. Is there something you'd like to see before I eat you, or
I see. So you're proposing having a carrot as like a familiar?
if you'd like to come along, I'd love to have you with me.
No, it won't work out. I'll just be like an undead, withered carrot.
Yeah, I figured. Well,
An
okay.
ignoble end, as we say in carrotese.
Well, if you don't mind, Mr. Carrot, I'm just going to put you in my mouth now.
Ciao.
You gotta go to Carrot Town.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Carrot Town.
Yeah. Ow!
We have
Ow!
to.
Ow! Just kidding.
No! Just spit him out immediately.
Yeah. Oh. Now look at this. I'm all over the place.
Sorry, let's get this over with. And I just in my
Yeah.
mouth.
I'm not sure we want to roleplay every single carrot you're going to eat.
Yeah.
But that just establishes.
I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah. The three of you make your separate ways into the main square. All of you would have walked through past pits being set up and being organized, and there's seats, bedding areas, there are sort of covered areas for noble people. There's judging contests, there's mud wrestling happening over here, there's games of skill and archery and things happening over there. The crowds are all milling around in this central area when you see this quite barrel-chested gnoll, big sort of officious. He's got the sort of huge sort of handlebar mustache. He comes up, or he stands up on this platform and he says, "Well, welcome to this year's the Mustering. We will get started officially next tomorrow morning, bright and early. Please check the roll calls for your place. For all contestants, all the chosen of Mavros, we have a light lunch happening tonight. There will be a reception. Plus, you will all get your badges and lanyards."
Actually, Captain Poddings, I don't know if you're feeling this too, but I've been really fiending for like 4 cups of oat for dinner. I can't wait to delve in.
In the meantime, there is the tradition of we need our foe fighters in preparation. So if you're interested in becoming a foe fighter and receive a seat at the Seat of Mavros with your own souvenir button.
Does he point to like a sign-up list or something?
Yep, there's a sign-up list. We can only take the first 1,000 assignees. Don't dilly-dally.
I immediately rush over to the sign up.
Okay, so there's a big crowd. Everybody's like waving their arms around, but very few of them are fighters, so it's all more slappy than anything else.
Elbows up! Elbows up!
Yeah.
I'm kind of pushing through with one of my crew members and going,
Yeah, I was thinking boatswain, but cabin boy might be better, but I could just call myself a foe fighter for the rest of my life.
Yeah. So you guys are getting the list. Xisk, what are you doing?
I look to Isabella and I say, Isabella, I think this could be an interesting opportunity to learn how to fight. I've never done it before, or not much anyway. So, do you think I should sign up?
Yes, Isabella.
I know
Isabella.
we've been walking a lot and not a lot of talking, so I understand your vocal cords are a little tired.
She's a little parched.
Oh, Toad man wants to go to the become a Foo Fighter. Oh, I think that's very dashing.
I think it could be interesting. But I have an issue.
Ooh.
I don't know how to write, so you have to put my name down. Woman, a few words.
As played by Maggie Grace in the Dice Cast podcast.
You know, Xisk reminds me of like a very sweet, like nature documentary narrator. That is the vibe that I am getting. So sweet.
That would be the perfect role for Xisk, really.
That's pretty, yeah. Nature voiceover.
7 episodes on baby carrots.
So I grab Isabella and I kind of go, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, push through the people.
All right, so you guys all get up there. You all sign up. Later in the day, they are assigning groups. And you see the Sheriff Noel with the big mustache comes up, and he starts reading off names, and you are divided into groups of 4. The 3 of you are chosen. You are going to be group 387. Foo Fighter 387. That will be Xisk, Big Williard, Maeve, and Gideon.
I look immediately jealously to whoever Big Williard is.
So Big Williard, you see, is this like very proud, arrogant, with huge kind of epaulets. He's this rat folk.
Oh, stinky.
Am I taller than Big Williard?
Yep.
Perfect. Never mind. I say out loud. Never mind. All good.
Yeah. And he's so Big Williard's like, oh, yeah, it's great. It's a great job. And this is my 3rd time being a Foo Fighter. So if you guys have any questions, you just come to me. So I think I should be the senior Foo Fighter here. Captain, we are ready to roll.
I hate him.
You are given this list of rules. It's pretty straightforward. If you see anyone causing problems, you are to beat them up. If you see anyone stealing, you just beat them up. If you see anyone beating someone else, you ignore them. If you see anything going on that's untowards, question them and then rough them up.
I turn to my other group members and I say, okay, so our goal is to beat people up, but I must say I do not have a lot of experience with hand-to-hand combat, so
It feels like we might be fine. This lovely rat folk seem very confident in being the senior foe fighter, so it feels like he can handle most fights. We can just hang back.
All right, and sorry, what your names?
Oh, apologies. My name's Gideon Sweets.
Nice to meet you, Maeve Maldorava.
This is Big Williard.
Oh, no,
Yes, I gathered.
that's not my name. My name is Xisk.
Oh.
Oh, but you are so big.
For your kind, yes, but I'm just Xisk. I'm actually pretty average for my kind. Thank you.
Oh.
And me too. And we're all average for our kind. So, yeah, actually, Big Williard, when do we have to, be patrolling the streets, and when do we get to just go watch the fight?
Well, for what I remember from last year, we all had to go to we all went to the fight on the second last day, or the last day, or the third last day.
Oh, that is so specific and helpful, Big Will.
So we have. If you check on the back of your lanyard, it'll give you the day.
Did we get our lanyards?
Oh, here, I forgot. Hand out the lanyards. This is your lanyard.
Oh, come on now, Big Will. You're the senior member.
I know. I've got it. I've got it under control. I know where our patrol area is. That's the key thing.
I lean over to Xisk and say,
I think Big Will's wearing a toupee.
Is there a roster or a list of the fighters who are competing?
Yeah, tournament bracket.
Because we're foe fighters, we can probably go see the main list at the organizational tent in It's in the amphitheater right now, the pit. Before the fighting starts, I'm dipping into southern for some reason. Before the fighting starts, there's all the organization happens in the pit itself, right in the Colosseum, what they call the seat. So we can go in there, and we could maybe get. Are you looking for a friend?
Yes,
You
I
have
am.
a friend in the big pit?
I don't know for sure. I would like to find out. I have been looking for him for a while.
From what I understand, these are very dangerous fights. So you may want to find him quickly.
Yes. Where is the main amphitheater? Is in the center.
Yes.
Well, my colleagues, if it is okay with you, not that I really care, I would like to go see this list.
Yeah, I gotta look for my friend too. That sounds too sweet to me.
Yeah, I'd like to meet some new friends.
Excuse me, Big Will. I've noticed that you haven't given us our souvenir buttons yet.
Here's the souvenir buttons, and here's 10% off all tent treats.
Wait, sorry, are you a merchant?
No, this is the swag bag you get when
I
you
see.
sign up.
Perfect.
Oh, there's like balloons in here. They put balloons in.
I grab the pin and I stick it in my
Little-
body and go,
There's like a little glass ball with the Seat of Mavros in it. When you shake it, all the corpses float slowly down.
Oh, this is cute. I quite like this one.
All right, so you head in and you get through all of the various things. You flash your badges at people.
My badge definitely has my name spelled wrong.
Right.
yeah, mine too, for sure.
Yeah, and it's all disorganized, and it takes a long time, but you finally get to where you can see there's probably 30 people frantically writing and organizing and talking and arguing in the middle of the amphitheater. And you see like almost a two-story tent. It's definitely it's sort of a built-up platform where they're organizing and sorting, and runners are coming in and out as they get messages. So right here in this middle of this area here, this is where this is the heartbeat. And up until the last day, the last 3 days are the big event.
Right.
And then they clear all this out of here, and then everyone files in here for the final 8.
I'll do a quick scan of the list to see if I can't find my pirate queen.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
That is 13.
Yeah, no problem. The list itself is pretty straight. I mean, it's massive, but it's all in alphabetical order by region.
Do I see who Faye is versing first?
No, you do not. Oh, but you
Okay.
do see that her first fight happens the day after tomorrow, and it's at pit number 11.
Excuse me, Big Willie, can I see this fight? Do we have to be on duty for this fight?
We can work out a schedule that'll work out for all of us. We just have to report in when we're ready to do our patrol.
Right. Well, as a senior foe fighter, you would probably take more hours
That is a very
than
good point.
us. We
That's
are
a very
very
good
new.
point.
Oh, I see what you
Right?
mean, yeah.
You are much
Yes.
more
Yes,
responsible.
thank you for pointing that out. You're right. You're right.
Yes.
I'm going to do 5 hours.
I can tell by your demeanor.
I am demeanor. I'm demeanor than anyone in town.
That's not. It
No,
does
you're
not mean what you think it means.
I nudge Maeve. Your wordplay is actually impeccable. You are a senior member.
I don't think you look too mean, but
As you probably know, rat folk are very kind-hearted, so even the meanest ones are apologetic.
I didn't know that.
May I look at this list and see if I may find my friend?
Sure, roll me investigation.
Oh, I'm proficient though. It's a 15.
Okay, you can also find your friend. What's your friend's name, by the way?
Veridin. I don't have a last name. He didn't tell me.
Right. Veridin is fighting in pit number 14 tomorrow.
I pull out my book of. I have a book of poems that I keep. You know, when I feel like I need to write a poem, and I write that down.
Okay. As because Xisk is looking over your shoulder, can you just read out one of your poems, or a short version of one of your poems that Xisk happens to read?
I have a little like blurb on the top of the page. There are like stars and like clouds thrown around it, and it says, blackest night meets brightest day. I know that I will find a way." And then just ...
Very
because I
good.
did not finish.
Very suspenseful.
What are you doing?
Sorry, I just saw. It looked interesting. It's got nice pictures and very beautiful writing. So I just got curious.
you.
He doesn't read, so it's all good.
I just saw the dot, and it's suspenseful. So I understand that.
It reminded you of tiny baby carrots.
Little seeds.
It's just like my cousins.
Do you draw? Xisk, your name is Xisk.
Yeah,
Do you
yes. I can a little bit, not too much. I haven't.
draw? Do you write poems as well?
In my mind about the things I see, I don't know how to write.
He does mostly like
Oh.
arrangements with like flowers and plants and rocks and things.
We Piney read a lot into imagery, so I like the stuff you've put around the words.
Well, thank you, Xisk. That is very nice. Maybe I will teach you one day, if,
Yes, I would love
we
to learn.
are still friends after this, if you want to be friends after this. I don't know.
I have a very good feeling we will.
It's best not to kind of force these things, kind of let the friendship grow. We'll see how it goes.
When did you get here?
What I'm saying is I'm really into Big Willie. We got to keep him around.
I maintain a good friendship with almost everyone I meet, actually.
I am so happy for you. I have no friends. I have one friend, and I don't know if he is even here. Well, he is here. I see on the thing, but I don't know if he will be here for long.
You just gained 3 more friends.
I try to hug Big Willie.
Back off there, fella.
Sorry. Trying to read the room.
All right, so you guys all agree to meet tomorrow. Is there anything you want to do tonight before we leap into it?
I would like to know how hungry I am.
Ooh, that's a very
Woof.
interesting point. I would say you're pretty hungry because you haven't seen very many people as you've been traveling. This is the most, given your background, this is the most number of non-vampires you've ever seen. You probably had no idea there
Yes.
were this many in the world. So as you look around, you can probably spot 1 or 2 other Dhampir, but they don't see you. And unless you approach them, so it's let's say it's like mid to late afternoon.
And these other Dhampir are awake. They're like awake and walking around.
They are.
Yeah, I guess I would like to approach one of them. Whoever looks friendlier.
You find a very tall, very thin, but very well built Dhampir. She looks quite a bit older. She has long, straight silver hair, and her skin has almost a greenish glow to it, and she has very dark eyes. She's wearing a lanyard, but she is talking with, it looks like just 2 humans or half-elves. And then the other one you find is actually quite short, heavy set, again, very well dressed, not wearing a lanyard, has red eyes and this sort of majestic beard that goes down to his knees.
He is alone?
He seems to be alone. He's walking along the stalls.
I would like to approach him. I come up behind him and I tap him on the shoulder.
And he kind of looks around, and his beard follows him a second later as it catches up to him, his head. And he says, "Sorry, you caught me off guard."
Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt. You are like me. I noticed you are like me.
He kind of squints at you a minute, and he says, yes, I am Lornarv.
Lornarv. I am Maeve. It's very nice to meet you. Listen, I am having a bit of a problem. I'm a little, I have been on the road for a very long time, and I am a little bit hungry, and I am wondering what people like you and me do in these situations with these lots of people.
You're looking for a bite to eat.
Yes.
Of course. This way. And he swirls his sort of... he doesn't have a cape, but he has lots of loose flowing clothes.
I swirl my cape for sure. I see him do that, and I try to copy him.
Are we still together as a group? Or
Yeah, I think you guys are tagging along behind.
okay, can I do a quick insight check on this dude?
Sure.
That's 2.
Looks fine.
Hey.
It looks fine to you.
This guy seems actually really cool.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got really loose clothes.
Yeah.
What kind of food are we looking for? What kind do you eat?
Blood.
Huh?
Blood? It's blood. What? Why are...
You skip, just to be clear, you skip over the meat and you
yes.
go straight for, okay?
Why are
no,
you
I'm
looking
not-
at me so strange?
And what do
No,
you eat? Do you eat like wood or?
Yeah, I'm not judging. I've never heard of such a thing, so it's new to me. It's surprising, that's all.
Well,
What-
I suppose you have a lot to learn, little bench boy.
Did you just call me a bench boy?
Yes, you look like a bench.
I am a young adult, thank you very much.
Oh,
I think she meant birch. We're moving on.
All right. So
yes, I would like to follow this man.
he leads you in an area of the ruined city, and there's several that have still some ruins that are like 2-3 stories tall and are in shadow and shade. And you see these large tents or not even tents, really just things that sort of block out the sun. And you see that there is one called the Dewdrop, and there's another one that's called the Majestic. And both of these are blood salons.
I have never seen this before.
All right, problem solved.
It's by donation, actually.
Lord of, which one is your favorite?
The Dewdrop is more eclectic, and the Majestic is filled with heavy-set people. Lots of heavy-set people with rich veins, full of all sorts of herbs and spices, like a Kentucky girl.
I thank you for bringing me here. I don't know if I would have found this on my own. I'm going to go with my friends now. If that's okay.
Yes, of course. You go where you need to go. I will... Good hunting, and goodbye. And he swirls up into the crowd.
Damn, he is cool. My colleagues, if you don't mind, I am a little peckish.
So do you guys want to go in? Or first of all, do you like the Dewdrop, the eclectic, lower-cost Dewdrop, or do you want to try the Majestic?
Probably the Dewdrop.
I feel like I might just wait outside. I feels like probably not my scene, you know?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had the same impulse.
Well, I mean, if you're just finding out about Dampiers in general, it might be good for you to pop in, but I've seen my fair share.
What, do you have a problem, Gideon? Is there a problem with me?
No, not at all. I get queasy. It's kind of I don't get sea legs. It's kind of like...
Blood legs.
yeah, blood legs.
Well, maybe it is for the best then that you stay outside.
Do you... This might sound like a weird ask, but do you mind if I watch?
Yeah, it certainly went awkward now.
Is there a protocol?
I think you should just announce that
On
you'd
these
like to
things.
watch, and then just go.
Is there a visitor sign in?
No,
Or...
I just want to learn, that's all.
You know enough about these places, Maeve, that this is just like a bar. You're just going in for a drink.
Oh, okay.
So if your friend wants to come in and not drink, that's totally fine.
You are like my DD. I don't know what
What's
that is
a
either.
DD?
If you would like to come in and see, maybe I could answer some questions. Or not, you could just sit there if you want. I don't care what you do.
I'll ask questions as they come up. Thank you very much.
All right, well, Gideon, if you will be okay here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just sit on the step or hang out with Big Will
Big
here,
Willie.
or maybe go check in on my crew. We'll see what happens. I get a little antsy, but yeah, don't want to go into the Blood Palace.
It's not a palace, it's a tent.
The place is lit with candles. It's 2 or 3 layers, so it's quite dim. Your eyes both adjust quite well. What you see is sort of a 2 half-circle bars. There are 6 or 7 big urns on both bars, And there are people drinking blood, mostly Dampier, but there's also some ghouls. There's a couple of vampires wearing dark shades and wrapped up tightly in veils.
I put my hood over my head. I don't want any... Perhaps if my father is sending people after me, I don't want them to know I am here.
Or even just the local champion. You wouldn't know this year who the mustering was, who the local chosen was. And so basically there are like 10 different kinds of blood you can choose from. These urns, each of them are kept at a nice warm temperature. There's no actual, you're not drinking off bodies. It's being dispensed into glasses.
Right.
And there's low, quiet talk and laughter, and you see Dampiers of various sizes and shapes and ages and things.
I like to look at all of the casks and see which one might be like the most sweet. Like, say, like a seltzer, or like a White Claw.
Right.
A juice.
Right. There's one called Strawberry Angel.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I go for that one.
So it's quite a light poppy. It has a bit of it has a bit of an aftertaste, but it has a nose of blueberries and chocolate.
I love this. Xisk, you want to try some?
Sure.
I give him my glass. Here you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Just
I take a sip.
I watch him so expectantly.
okay. Roll me a constitution there, Xisk.
Just gonna get addicted to this.
Oh, God.
Could imagine.
That's hilarious.
That's 14.
All right, so you feel your piney, but you manage to swallow it down. You realize it's 100% animal, and it tastes like iron and dark dirt.
What do you think, yeah?
It's very interesting. I'll say that.
You don't like it?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's
What do people eat
perhaps
if not
for a
this?
better time. You know, it's kind of like a thing of the event. It's an event thing.
All right, well, I don't want to make you miserable sitting here doing something you don't want to do, so let's go.
No, I'm not. Oh goodness.
I chug it, and I get up.
Clang.
Are you coming?
Yeah.
Gideon, they come out much faster than you expect.
Gideon was just doing like the very, very stereotypical rogue thing of just like pinging a coin on the corner of the blood farm.
Blood farm.
I would love to go see where my crewmates are at.
All right, so most of them are still gathered along the riverbank. They're still at near the water itself. Now, the water is really kind of marshy, sort of stinky, sulfur kind of smell right as you get farther and farther inland. But that being said, there's still there's inns down there. There's a big tent sort of tavern inn kind of area.
Listen, I doesn't have any blood necessarily, but there's a nice little tavern inn where me and my crew usually stay. It's kind of a ride if you guys want to come.
Okay, so my tavern is no good, but yours is fine. That's fine, whatever. It's probably going to be lame anyway.
It's. I mean, I understand that I may have messed up here. I need some bread and some beer. That's my kind of blood, you know.
Can I roll an inside check to see how Maeve, if like she's like really like this, or if she's just like putting on an act,
Or if she's just 16.
because she like really perked up. Yeah. She's just like teenager.
I don't think you need to roll. I think you guys should just play that out.
Okay,
Because that way she can decide if she's really like that.
great. I'm not gonna ask her. So
Okay. So you're just going to start
Are
watching
you
her to
always
see.
like this?
yeah, I'll keep an eye on her.
How about this? We go to my tavern, and then tomorrow I will try a thimble of your juice.
Okay. If you think you can handle it.
I do not, but we'll do our best. All right.
He's more like honey and bread.
Yeah, I'm kind of a Winnie the Pooh's pirate.
Yeah. You guys are heading down the street, and as you're just getting to the Galloping Gourmet, which is
You're going to love this place. It's not as good as soup, but it's pretty good.
The soup place.
I have heard of the soup
That's
place.
right, the Mercurial Tower. We all know it. We all love it. We're going to go there eventually.
It's famous around the continent, I've heard.
I do not know what soup is, but I would like it.
It's kind of like a spicy blood.
Maeve, I will get you to roll me a perception check, please.
It is a 12.
All right, so as you're heading into the bar, just as you lift the flap to go into the tented area, there is the sounds of distress and anxiety and cries coming from around the corner. And we will
Did you hear that?
call it there for tonight.
Oh, my crew's they're all dead. They're going to be all dead.
They're all dead.
Kevin's killed all of them.
Next time, we will start up with a leap into the action, and we'll see where that takes us.
Thank
Yay!
you very much to the Kobold Press for providing all these awesome materials. Thank you very much to the Boy King of Idaho for providing all of our awesome music. And I would also like to acknowledge that all the graphic design for the Die As Cast podcast has been done by Morgan Ermter.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan.
My crew's dead. You didn't even get to meet any of them. I had all these names.
Gideon's
Crunk,
story is like
Gunk,
stunted.
Charlie.
Maybe it's Isabella.
Oh, that's true. We have to stop giving Kevin ideas. End the podcast. Right? Ciao.
Bye.
We'll see you next week.